Guys, this is my last video of the day that I'm going to be doing. I think Ashley is going to be doing one, but this is for tumbling, intermediate, advanced, and elite. A lot of this stuff is going to be a lot of like tuck drills that are good for anything that you're really working on or conditioning. Okay, so the key to success is always repetition. So if you don't want to lose your skills over the break and you don't feel comfortable practicing them, in your yard or something like that, the things that you already know how to do, that's okay. You shouldn't. If you don't feel comfortable, then don't. I'm going to give you a little bit of tools today to stay flexible and to do the skills that I know you can do at home if you are intermediate, advanced, or elite, and some conditioning that you can do. Conditioning is not always the funnest thing, but it will keep you in shape so that you can do these skills when you get back. You already know how to do the skills. You're not going to lose the skills. But if you don't stay active and condition and do something on this break that we're having, then you'll come back and you'll just feel like a ton of bricks. And it'll take you several weeks to get back in the flow. So if you do these things that we do in the classes, you can always pull them back up. You'll be in much better shape. So with that being said, we're going to do a little warm up. But first, I got to give my disclaimer. Be sure and tell your parents what you're doing and know that this is completely voluntary and that Summit Sports Center or me are telling you that you have to do this. And make sure that you're in a safe place to do it and ask your parents what place that they would like for you to do these things in. And you can always pull this video back up later, okay? So real quick, I don't have anyone helping me for this video, so it's going to be all me doing this and demonstrating. So we're going to get going, okay? Before you do any video, you want to make sure that you warm up. And if you watched any of the other videos, we're going to do the same warm up that we were doing before. I'm pretty sore from the workout the other day, so this is going to feel good, okay? We're going to do 25 jumping jacks. So when we do jumping jacks, you want to make sure that your hands come all the way up to the top and all the way back down to your legs. I think I'm on about 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, the next thing that we're going to do is side squats. Okay, so you're going to touch that leg with your opposite hand. You're going to touch your right leg with your left finger, your foot. We're just warming up the hips, the inner thighs, the quads, the glutes. I don't know, I guess I'm on 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Good job. All right, next is burpees. We're going to do about 10 burpees. I'm going to show you from the side. When you do your burpee, you want to make sure that your feet are together and you go down to your tough body shape. And then you jump out to your plank, back in, and that's 1. Ready? 9 more. All right, I think that was 9, okay? Now we're gonna do some wide leg squats, and we're gonna do 10. You wanna make sure that your weight is in your heel. We're sitting our bottom back, that your face is up when you touch the ground. 2 more. All right, so next is 5 push-ups. We're just gonna work out those shoulders, okay? They're wide arm, making sure you're going all the way down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's been a long day already, guys. All right, we're gonna get a good stretch. Stretch those wrists out, spread and squeeze, spread and squeeze. Before you do anything, especially tumbling, you definitely want to stretch your wrists. Spread, squeeze. You want your arms to be straight, locked out. Make a fist, up and down. And what this is doing is releasing synovial fluid to coat your joints. That's why we stretch and warm up. It's like the Pepto-Bismol commercial, when they drink the Pepto-Bismol and it shows it going down their stomach and coating their stomach. That's what the fluid does to your joints, so that you can tumble without it hurting. And roll. 2, 3, 4, 5, and roll. In 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, next is front support. And in the front support position, we talk about this all the time. If you're in my classes, I use this as a reference point, but we're gonna hold it for about 10 seconds, okay? Put your hands on the ground and push up through front support. Now, this is different than a plank. Here's kind of where you'd be for a plank. We wanna push up through the chest, making your back round. Ready? And flip it to back support. So you're gonna come here and go all the way up. I know this is everybody's favorite. Make sure your hips are flat, squeezing your bottom. And down. All right, I'm gonna let you guys push up to a bridge, because I did a workout on Monday and my lats are way too sore for all that. Okay, so we're gonna push up to a bridge. Everybody lay on your back. Get your hands and feet set. And 1, 2, 3, and push up. When you push up to your bridge, make sure your chin's to your chest. You're pushing your armpits over your wrist, squeezing your bottom so that you're in that shape. Your bridge should go feet, hands. Okay, straight legs, pointed toes, and down. And then we're gonna do candlesticks. When we do candlesticks, you wanna make sure that your hips are flat and you're pushing all the way up. Candlestick. I don't know if my hips are flat or not. I feel like they are. Ready? And 2 more. 1 and 2. All right. So we're going to do a few handstands. And some of you in advanced and intermediate and elite have a tendency when we do handstands to just go, okay, all right, great. Good handstand. Yeah. Okay? So what we want to do is give you a little reminder of what a good lunge, lever, and handstand is, okay? So let's do it with me. Good leg out, arms up by your ears, leaning forward, lever, handstand, and back. Do it again, lever, handstand, and back, okay? Now I want you to see how long you can hold your handstand, okay? I want to see how long you can hold your handstand without moving, okay? So you can't walk. I don't think I can hold mine for very long, but we'll see, okay? Oh, I was going to have to walk. That wasn't very long. All right, moving on. I'm going to put up a list of a little bit of basic tumbling. The key to success is repetition. I think we already talked about that in the beginning of this video. I've done so many that I can't remember if we talked about that or not. But the key to success is repetition, which means doing it over and over again, of course, in the correct way. So it's really important. That's why we always do basic every tumbling class. And I always harp on you guys to do it correctly, okay? So I'm going to put up something on the screen. You can screenshot it. And that's what you should be doing at least minimum for basic. I know if you're at this level, you can do these things. 5 handstands, 5 handstand forward rolls, 5 cartwheels, 5 cartwheel step in, round offs from a lunge, 5 of them, and 5 power hurdle round off, 5 back walkover, and 5 front walkover, okay? So you can pause it if you're doing replay. If not, I'll give you a few minutes to do it because I'm not going to do those. And while you do that, I'm going to do a little tumbling on the tumble track, okay? Boy, that tumble track is easy. I like this one. All right. So I hope that was enough time for you guys to do something. 5 handstands, 5 handstand forward rolls, 5 front walkers, 5 back walkers, 5 round offs, 5 cartwheel step-ins. I'll do some cartwheel step-ins with you. In the cartwheel step-in, you want to make sure, boom, that you in straight up. I'll do another one because definitely wasn't balanced on that one. Boom. You're going to make sure you're balanced at the end, okay? All right. so moving on. Now, what we can't do at home are run-off handspring pulls, unless you've done it before and you're super comfortable with doing it, okay? So that's okay that we don't do those, but you can always practice after you do this warm-up and at least go through the basic tumbling that we did. You can do whatever you feel comfortable and whatever your parents think is okay in the yard to keep up your tumbling, okay? But you don't have to. Repetition is the key here, so only do the things that you feel 100% comfortable doing. Now, let's talk about people with trampolines, okay? So sometimes people say, oh, I did standing 2 on my trampoline. Well, you probably shouldn't be able to do standing 2 on your trampoline, okay? You should take up the whole entire trampoline. I don't care how big your trampoline is. Unless you have one of these 40-foot tumble tracks, you should take up the whole trampoline for 1 back handspring. And that is really good practice for you, okay? You want your tumbling to be really long, okay? So those of you with trampolines, or if you have a neighbor with a trampoline, and it's okay that you guys use it, standing back handspring, the whole trampoline. Make a mark in the middle, and that's where your hands go. At the end of the back handspring, you want to get a really big rebound. And I'll show you. You don't want to come forward after your handspring, okay? So you want to get a really big, really long handspring zip. Probably couldn't see my straight jump there, but that's okay. All right, so standing tuck advice on the trampoline, okay? When you go and you're on the trampoline, you can do standing tucks on the trampoline as a form of practicing, but you want to think about the correct things. When you go, you want to start here, you want to bend your knees and jump up and act like you're trying to show the bottom of your shoe to someone standing in front of you, okay? I prefer a grab here, but a grab here is okay too. But what you don't want is here, okay? Or here, or here, or not doing it at all, okay? There's reasons that we don't grab, okay? But not if you're learning a standing tuck, okay? So for now, take a video, see where your hands are. Take a slow-mo video, see where your hands are, okay? So I'll show you both ways. So if you're on your trampoline, here. Okay, that was on the shin, okay? Here. That was underneath my knee. Second one was a little bit better, just because I probably haven't done one of those in months, okay? All right, so bouncing tuck advice, okay? If you're on your trampoline and you want to practice a back tuck or a layout or a back pike or something like that, and you're bouncing, you're not doing it from stand, that's great, you should do that. However, there's a certain way that I want you to do it. I see a lot of this when I see videos of people doing stuff on the trampoline. 1, 2, 3, and they're swinging into it, okay? You want your arms up by your ears, bouncing nice and tall and tight like this. And then you do the same thing that I just talked about on your standing tuck. It's the same thing, okay? So you're not going to bring your arms down to swing, okay? I'll give you an example. I'm not sure how great this is going to be, but we'll see. This is a little bit bouncier, this tumble track, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that was pretty good. Not gonna lie, I don't know why I even doubted myself. Anyways, so you want to grab at the same place, either here or here, never here. Okay, so that's the same for any trampoline. What you could do is make a circle in the middle of it, and you don't go out of the circle. Circle should be about this big, okay? Pick a spot. If you have a net, somewhere on the net, you can hang something up on the net to pick a spot to look at and watch it disappear, okay? When you go up in the air, you should be here, and this is for any tuck, whether it's on the trampoline or the floor or standing. You should be here, getting up as high as you can, growing with the chest, and as your feet come up, you should be able to see your feet for a second going into that tuck, okay? You should be able to see what you're doing. That's at the beginning of the tuck. At the end of the tuck, you want to be looking down at the ground to stand up, okay? You don't want at the end of the tuck to go and look up like that, okay? You want to know where the ground is at and then stand up, okay? So let's talk about those of you that have layouts and you have a trampoline and you want to start working your pull. That's great, okay? But do it this way, okay? You want to ease into it a quarter at a time, okay? So first of all, make sure you have a great layout coming up through here, boom, okay? And this is not a layout video, it's not really a tuck video, this is just some friendly advice about doing stuff on trampolines, okay? So you're gonna go up at the very end of your layout, okay? You're gonna hold your arms down. At the very end of your layout, you're just going to turn your feet and land facing either the right or the left, okay? You could put something on your net if you have a net on your trampoline. If not, you could draw something with a piece of chalk on one side or another of your trampoline. You generally want to twist, so like if I do my round off to the right, I'm generally going to twist to the right, okay? So I'm gonna do a layout, and right before I land, okay, I'm gonna see the floor and I'm almost gonna land, and I'm gonna turn to my right, okay? And land facing whatever object that you drew, okay? So then after you do that 3 or 4 times, then you can land that quarter, okay? Then you're gonna think about doing the quarter, okay, and turning it to the half, okay? And I would either put something right there for you to look at or something on the ground, on the trampoline bed for you to look at, okay? And then you just keep going from there, okay? So then you think about doing a really high half and then looking to your right again, okay? That's 3/4 of the way around. You're almost there. A lot of the times, if you have a really good half, you can go here, and right before you land the half, you can pull the full around, okay? But you can pull the full around on the trampoline just like this. I teach them all the time on the trampoline like that. Some of my trampoline and tumbling girls and guys, they have fantastic pulls, and that's how I taught every one of them. And they're like this, and they don't even do any of this or any of this or any of that mess, okay? Once you get on the floor, hey, you can go here and do kind of whatever you want. Your arms are gonna figure it out. But if you can twist on the trampoline without all that, it's a much better full, period. You'll understand where you are at every point. If you're working doubles, it's the same thing. Do a high full, boom, do the quarter. Do a high full, do the 1 1/2. Do a high full, pull the double around, okay? So that's a quick trampoline advice, okay? I wanted to give you, if you're working on a standing tuck, I wanted to give you some tuck drills really quickly, okay? So you're gonna do 10 of these. You could probably do them on your bed if that's a safe place, but again, you probably wanna ask your parents, and if you don't have a safe place to do this, you'll live, you just need a condition, okay? All right, so what you're gonna do is arms up by your ears, no swing at this point, and you're gonna jump, boom, and pull I wanna see the bottom of your foot, okay? So again, it's here, jump, pull, okay? And you don't wanna fall back on your back, you wanna try to hold that, okay? Then if you get that, then you can fall back on your back and try to roll over, but without a wedge band, it might be hard, okay? 10 candlestick rolls to a tuck body shape. So you want to grab onto something. It's best if you do it that way, but it's just like the candlesticks we did in the beginning, and we're just trying to ingrain that shape into our brain, okay? So you're gonna lay back like this, okay? And you're gonna go up, tuck candle, and down, tuck candle. You wanna get in that tuck candle as quick as you can. Tuck candle. Okay, so you're gonna do 10 of those. Then you're gonna go, if you have box jumps, if you have a box or somewhere like this, I'm gonna do them on here where I just did that drill. But just getting up there and jumping as high as you can is a very beneficial drill as well. So I'm just gonna do a few right here. Okay, that's pretty easy at that height. You wanna build up, okay, to challenge yourself, okay? Next, and you wanna do at least 10 of those, 10 backward rolls, lifting your feet up first, okay? So it's just like the candlestick, but you're gonna roll over on the floor. Now, you do wanna have your hands here so you can actually roll over and use your hands to push. Okay, so we are doing a backward roll, okay? So I haven't done a backward roll in ages. We'll see how this works. Okay, but you're gonna squat down, lift your feet up first, pull to the tuck handle. You'll have your magical piece of hands here like you learned in preschool, and you're gonna roll on over. So here, boom, okay? You might wanna do that on the mat, not sure. It's up to you. All right, so there's another drill that's great. I tried this earlier, I'm not super great at it, okay, but it's a pretty good drill. You're gonna go here, and you're gonna jump up and land on your feet. That was pretty good. Okay, now if you're working standing fulls, I've seen people go like this. You wanna do at least 10 of those. Here, and whatever way you're turning, you turn. If you turn to your right, you turn to your right. If you turn to the left when you jump up, you turn to the left in this drill. There's another one that I saw that was pretty good, that is really just talking about you need to be up against a wall, and you're here, you're up against the wall, and you're just going to drive your foot up quickly and drive your foot up, about 10 on each leg, okay? And that just kind of give you your brain, again, it's just about mentally training your brain to get into these positions. And you'll really be surprised how much this helps when you get back in the gym, okay? If you don't have any place to do your standing tuck or like a trampoline or a mat or something like that where you feel comfortable, that's okay, you don't have to. The last one is bottom up to candle with your arms out like this. It really isolates your core in lifting that up for your tuck, okay? So this is how you do it. You put your hands out here and you go lift, here, lift, okay? So you'll do at least 10 of those. I'll give you some time to do this while I talk about the conditioning, okay? As I'm talking, you guys can do your drills, the jump to knee up drills, butt up to candle drills, the leg lift drills. I will put this up here and you can kind of take a screenshot of it. That's what I just said. All those drills that I just said. I'll leave it up here. I wrote in those other two. All right, so let's talk about conditioning, okay? There is a really pretty hard video up. It's on the website. If you go up to the website and click on events and go to virtual content, there's a video called Standing Tumbling Conditioning that I did yesterday. It's pretty hard, but if you do that every other day or 3 times a week even on this break, you're gonna come back and you're gonna find that your tumbling has gotten better. We don't necessarily condition hard enough a lot of the time. And these are actually, that video, it's a standing tumbling conditioning video because it isolates the hamstrings, quads, and glutes, okay? More so the hamstrings than anything, okay? And it tires you out. So when you're working the hamstrings, you're already tired, okay? So if you can do that video and get through that video without stopping too much, okay? You're gonna have to stop a little bit through it, trust me. But if you can get through it without stopping too much, it's fantastic, okay? If you do it every other day, whew, the results that you get when you get back from this is gonna be fantastic, okay? And again, that's on the website, summitsportscenter.com. Click on events and click on virtual content, and then click on standing tumbling conditioning. Okay, I'm gonna put this up. This is a mini version of what the standing tumbling conditioning is, okay? And I'm gonna go over these exercises really quickly, just because I don't want this video to be any longer for you. But this is the conditioning. Like I said, this is a mini version of it, okay? This will help, but if you do the other video, and there's another one over there called core and a little bit of leg burnout. If you do that video on the off days, it's much easier than the hamstring video. If you do that video on the off days, you'll get a lot of core and that explosiveness as well. So I'll leave this up for just a second. You can screenshot it, make sure it's right. There you go. Boom. Okay, and I'm gonna go over those really quick. The first one is hamstring lifts. Okay, I'm gonna do this not elevated, but you can elevate your feet, okay? So you lay down, okay, and you just lift up like this, and lift up, okay? You can do it with one leg up for more of a challenge. Just make sure that your knee touches your knee the whole time. And then the other leg, okay? The next one is V-ups, okay? You're here, and then you can touch your toes all the way back down, okay? Your core strength is very important. Hamstring pullbacks, okay? You're gonna need either socks on or a big exercise ball, okay? But you're gonna lift up and you're gonna pull your feet back. So here, lift up and pull your feet back. Okay, it works better if you have on socks on a hardwood floor, or you put a paper plate on your feet if you're on carpet, and you can just lift up and pull back, okay? Lunge jumps, right leg and left leg. So lunge jumps are here, lunge and lift, okay? Do those on the right hand leg, left leg tuck ups, same thing with V-ups. You're gonna lay down, tuck up, tuck up, tuck up, okay? You do those right, you can also visualize those on your tucks as well, your back tucks. So candlestick tuck lifts. So you're just gonna go here, candlestick tuck lift, and then jump, tuck, jump. Okay, so candlestick tuck to jump, hamstring bridges. Okay, so you're going to get on an elevated surface, put your back on it, and it's going to lift up and down. If you put something heavy on your belly, it makes it harder. And then partner hamstring. I don't have a partner right now, but I'm going to put my feet under this mat. Okay, and you're going to go down as slow as you can to your push-up position and push back up. Okay? You don't want to be like this and go fast and stick your butt out. You don't want to stick your butt out on the way up. You want flat hips the whole entire time. The last thing is 1 minute plank and 1 minute wall sit. Obviously, a plank is here. You can be on your hands or your elbows. And a wall sit, you'll be up against a wall, and you'll just be sitting like this for 1 minute, okay? Now, then you stretch. After you do this, it's a great time to work on your flexibility, splits, right, left, middle, shoulder flexibility, bridges, pushing your armpits over your wrist, and maybe we'll do a stretch video next week, okay? Thank you for watching the video. If you have any questions or comments, put them in there, and I will answer you. Have a great day.